Namaste, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you an updated energy update for this new moon on March 17th, 2018. It's a very welcomed energy, very positive. What it feels like right now is it's that glorious sensation of the fog finally clearing and the return of connection, passion, the return of you. We can hide from ourselves at times for the purpose of learning and expansion and growth. And it's never any fun, though valuable. However, it does get to create a very unique experience from those periods of disconnection and perhaps heartache and being challenged. We get to experience a unique feeling of a return. Aha, yes, this is who I am, and I'm happy to be back. That's, I'd say, in a nutshell, what I feel is going down for this new moon. And I hope you guys are rocking it out and doing well yourself. Before I get into the video, let me just say welcome to you if you're new to my channel. It's great to have you here. I have new people coming and watching my content every day, and it's a blessing to me. If you're new and you haven't heard all of my other videos, I offer a free guided meditation, something I made myself that I was inspired to make to help people who are going through the awakening heal and release and just get kind of a mental break. It's free. It's always in the description box down below. Check it out if you'd like. Otherwise, as I always do, I will go ahead now and break down this energy update into 4 or 5 different themes to help clarify my message. Number 1 is blocks lifting. Oh, thank you. Glorious. Yes, this new moon has kicked up for a lot of us a lot of blocks. And what do I mean by a block? That's kind of general. I'm referring to old energy that represents, emotions or beliefs or any inauthentic energy that we mistakenly claimed as our own and have been carrying around because part of us thought we needed to. And yet, as we continue to do our best to move forward towards our better life, these blocks, they come up and we become conscious of them and the fact that they're getting in the way of us. Great, of course, lifting blocks. But the experience of coming into a random spurt of awareness of all these blocks it's unpleasant. It's an unpleasant feeling. It's an unpleasant experience, quite frankly. But that is connected with the inevitable releasing of them. And it almost makes it worth it, man, because once the blocks lift, you can see clearly. You can see your life clearly. You're no longer holding yourself back. Now, sometimes for those blocks to lift, it just happens randomly and you just gotta kind of let go and ride it out. Many times that's sufficient. Other times you really have to humble yourself and take responsibility for the things in your life that might seem to be causing the blocks or being triggered or the negative energy, the emotions, etc. But if you can do that, you'll realize the brilliance of all of this and the fact that your life is literally conspiring to just wake you up and help you claim more and more and more of your true self, simultaneously releasing more and more of the baggage holding you down from experiencing the fullness of yourself. Number 2, when the blocks start to lift, there is a return of passion. Yes, that raw, dynamic, energizing energy of passion that we all possess underneath the blocks. We allow ourselves to be temporarily disconnected from our true core self, where there's an abundance and flow of passion. We disconnect so we can learn. We go back into the game and we learn about ourselves, and it helps us in the long run release more blocks and claim more passion, more of ourselves. But again, we're in a phase now where the blocks are lifting and the passion is returning. And it's almost like a night and day sort of thing where the passion comes back, the connection comes back, life starts flowing. You just start seeing everything that maybe was troubling you all week just with a crazy amount of clarity and insight and wisdom. And it all starts to click. It all starts to make sense. And suddenly you're back on track. You're ready to rock and roll, and life is good all over again. The awakening can surprise us with ourselves at times. And this is one of those times, my friends. You be on the lookout. Be ready for yourself to re-emerge and remind you that, yeah, you're good. And you've always been good. And now you're even better having gone through all those things in the past. Number 3, and typically new moons don't always represent this, but it's a time of harvest, a time of conclusions and just newness, new things that you've been waiting to do, and now you've done it, and you're starting it at least. Now, new starts, new beginnings don't always play out the way we imagine them in our mind. And I'll give an example. As many of you know, if you've been my avid followers and been watching me a while, for the longest time I was going off and spouting out about how I cannot wait to move to San Diego, California. It was a dream of mine, and I wanted to go so badly. And I just had this sort of vision in my mind of what it would be like when I finally got there. But when I finally got there, it was like, wow, I'm here and I'm not settled. There's so much to do. There's so many things that have to happen. And maybe a couple months later, finally, I had that experience I had in my mind. So conclusions, harvest, bearing fruits, it sometimes implies there's still a little bit more time to wait and work to do, but that's okay too, man. But things are really starting to move forward. We're not being so stagnant in the winter anymore. It's time to get out there and get the ball rolling. Number 4 is an increase of happiness, self-control, balance, vitality, etc. Due to the wisdom we acquire every time we allow ourselves to temporarily descend into those experiences of disconnection that I've been talking about. We come back wiser, smarter, more aware. One of the ways it's been playing out in my life is I have had a theme the past week or 10 days or so where I've realized how it's actually been a month of me doing this to myself, where I've noticed it, where I drive myself nuts because I have totally unrealistic expectations of what I should be doing and how I should be. And I constantly set the bar unreasonably high for myself, so I'm constantly failing myself, constantly trying to burn myself out to reach these heights that my mind just sets for me. So through seeing the error of my ways, through these negative experiences that I've drawn upon myself with my imbalanced way of going through life that temporarily had me thinking, wow, life sucks. It's clicked for me. And hence I've been slowing myself down, putting less on my to-do list, taking time to celebrate what I do, which happens to be quite a bit actually. I'm actually very productive, but my mind wouldn't allow me to really see that. And I've had this through being wiser, having gone through these challenges, I'm now going through life way differently. And ironically, I'm getting more done. I'm more productive, but more importantly, I'm happy. I have the time to be present and grateful, and I feel more healthy. And all things have improved in my life in a very significant way. It's a fundamental shift I've gone through, only could have happened through these blocks and the challenges that can initially seem to trouble you. So anyways, you can trust that this is not always an easy journey, but you're developing, you're acquiring wisdom extremely fast. And though that's not a flashy, exciting, tangible attribute, it implies a massive improvement in all areas of your life. Number 5, a lot of us still, myself included, with all that said, there's a lot of ups and downs. A lot of energy, a huge wave of energy just shaking the world. And most of us empathic, sensitive people, we can feel it. So if you're feeling ecstatic one moment and crawling, in fetal position, sobbing the next one, that's okay. A lot of us are going through something somewhat similar, maybe not to that extreme. Or if your health is sort of being wishy-washy, maybe your body is not working the way you would expect it. Maybe you're having trouble losing weight or gaining weight or feeling bloated or just run down or achy joints or just tired or you're not sleeping or you're sleeping too much. Just off your game. It's common. The energy can do that with everything, with your emotions, with your life experience, with your physical body, with your perspective. It can be kind of like jarred, like the record is skipping or something. But that's okay because it always settles down, and when it does, all of the jarring ends up benefiting you anyways, and you're better because of it. But my point is, if you're feeling that way, don't worry about it. It happens. Expect it next big alignment. It's going to keep happening. But if you can just sort of accept it and acknowledge that it's actually helping you, even though it's not always pleasant, then your experience of these ups and downs doesn't have to be so chaotic. You don't have to get swept away with the ups and downs. You can just be kind of that patient, calm observer, trusting that they're benefiting you, which they are. There seems to be another wave of awakening in the masses, regular everyday people. I don't know if we realize how good of a job we're doing. Sometimes you almost can't know the impact just a sentence that spurts out of your mouth one day can have on someone. Or just the fact that you're carrying around a certain book all the time. Little things, just you being you, now more you-like than ever before, more authentic than ever before. It's affecting people. It's affecting the collective. It's affecting your friends, your neighbors, your family, your coworkers, etc. And you just being you, going through life, regardless of what you're into or the specifics, you just being you, that light, you are waking and triggering other people to wake up. And you might not see it, but I do, because I'm on YouTube and I talk about this. And I notice trends. There'll be waves of emails from people who have just woken up and they're a little bit freaking out, as you can imagine. And they're like, oh my God, your videos. But whenever that happens, I literally can see it. I can see the work you're doing. And I just want you to know that. I want you to know that even though you might be in your little cave right now, you're going through some darkness or you're going through stuff, it's working. You're doing a good job. So thank you. Thank you. Have an amazing day, my friends. I just love you all so much. I really do. I just feel so happy to be here and happy to have you in my life. And I just wish nothing but the best for you. Have an amazing day. A really awesome new moon tomorrow. Peace.